Okay.
Do we dip in the back room like last time?
No, it's okay. I found a way to do it where you don't have to do that.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Oh man, Bradley, you're a professional.
Big time.
Yes, he's an officer and a gentleman.
Hey Matt, in the chat area here, I gave you. I pasted a link to our Discord. I'll share with the community, but I want to make sure you had it too.
Oh yeah, you did send me that. I think I'm on Discord. I don't know how to use Discord.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
Do I need to get on to Discord right now? Is that what you're talking about?
No, you don't. I just want to make sure, because when I share it out with everyone, I want to make sure at least I gave it to you.
Yeah, I think you did. I thought, oh yeah, I think I made an account many moons ago, but I don't think I've
Technically, I didn't. If you received it, you probably received it from Mike. Mike sent it to everyone he knows.
Oh, Mike's the best guy I know. Of course he did.
Yeah, I jumped the gun and I got yelled at. So just let you know that.
hey, you didn't get yelled at, you know? Yelled at. We just had a good talking to. That's all. We just had a good talking to.
It was a stern talking to. That's all.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm not gonna make that mistake again.
Don't make promises you can't keep.
Look what you made me do, Mike. Look what you made me do.
I learned it from you.
So Bradley, you hooked it up so we can talk and people can't hear us?
No, they can hear us.
Oh, that's embarrassing. All right. For the
I take
record,
back
Bradley.
all those things I said.
Exactly. Yeah. For the record, I wasn't beaten by Bradley this week. It was a joke.
Whoa, whoa.
Just
Trying
a
to say I
joke.
can't do it? Is that what you're saying? You're trying to say I
Well,
can't do
Oh God.
it? You calling me out?
I got a good, I don't know, like 70, 80 pounds on you, so I'm just saying.
What's that mean? What's that mean? What's that mean?
Tell us again how the stupidest war ever started. Well, son.
Oh, man. What's up, Ram?
Stuff heroes.
What up?
Yes.
Oh man, I just realized something. I probably shouldn't have made it aloud. I don't think I'm friends with you on Facebook.
With me?
Matt?
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
My goodness, I felt like there was something between us, and now that's what it was.
Nice.
Sorry.
Right,
You know,
everybody.
whenever Danny and Mike, they're like, you don't know this person, you don't know this person. I'm like, I know you two. Is that enough?
Mhm.
It's not enough? No? I gotta know more people.
Definitely not enough.
Yeah.
And mostly like
They
I don't know people by their real names. I know people mostly by like their screen names.
Yeah.
And so like I didn't know Danny's real name for years. I was like, oh yeah, this is Point Pusher.
You know what's funny is when you see people's when you see their avatars. And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like some other doctored photo or whatever, but you don't know it. So it's like in your head, that's what that person looks like. And then when
Uh-huh.
you finally meet them or see them online or whatever, you're like, that's not so.
That's-
You know what I mean? It's like, yep. Life, baby.
Mike, now that you've kind of brought up the attention of polygroups being the same color,
You've seen it too, right?
Slightly. That's the only thing that I'm seeing in ZBrush
See?
anymore.
It's like when you buy a car and then you see that you never notice that car on the road until after you buy the car and you're like, oh man, everybody has this car.
Yep.
Yeah.
We were just talking about that right before you came in.
Uh-huh.
You don't like your different shades of green, Matt? No?
The slightly different light blues that I keep
The
getting.
blue.
Exactly.
And you know, everyone's there, like, it's always purple for me, different shades of purple.
Oh yeah. I just did that and it just went from one purple to a different purple just now.
So it's crazy that it must have some type of an algorithm because it picks the color that is right next to it, and you get variations on that shade, whatever that color is. So,
But it wasn't always like this, right?
No.
I feel like it was.
I feel like it used to go in like almost in an order of colors.
Yes.
It was
would.
way wider, yeah, between the colors. It was
Uh-huh.
like, yeah.
Like we're gonna do a shade of blue, a shade of yellow, a shade of red.
right.
But now
Yeah.
it's like different shades of blue right
Mhm.
now. Or,
Yeah. I'm
Mhm.
sure there's a setting for it. Gotta be.
There's got to be. Ask Joseph.
No.
How much contrast between the pics or whatever. Gotta be.
I'm gonna tell you why there isn't a setting for it, because I actually reached out to Paul and was like, Paul, what
you
the
really?
heck, dude? I'm like, Paul, what's up, man? What's going on with this? And he's like, oh yeah, I never noticed that. I'm like, come on, man, you really? I feel like you're messing with me right now. He's like, no,
He's
no, no.
messing with you.
Dang, that's the end of the rainbow right there. That guy doesn't know. Nobody knows.
Oh yeah, totally.
Thank you.
Now, when Mike Pavlovich says he doesn't know, then it's game over.
Yep.
Okay. Here, how do you do this? I'm trying to get the audio. I'm having difficulties, technical difficulties.
You need me to do it?
I don't know.
Cross the link in the private chat, and I could do it maybe.
Doing it from the browser and Spotify. It's just not going.
Yep.
Here.
Oh wait, do you have your Spotify set to go to another device right now?
I'm going to triple check.
Yeah.
Nope, it's coming from here.
Oh, I get that sometimes where it's like, hey, you want to play in your car? I'm like, no.
Excuse our technical challenges, everyone, right now.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, it's playing, but it's not playing. I don't know what's going on.
Well, wait, I can hear the music. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I can hear it too.
Okay, cool. If you hear it, I don't hear, so that's perfect. That's perfect.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's not
totally
the countdown music anymore?
No, it's not.
Oh, my bad.
No, we're good.
Sorry.
We're good.
All right, cool. I just don't hear it. Hello, everyone. Sorry about that. But welcome to the stream. How you guys doing? Matt?
Hey, what's up?
We're so good.
Good.
Doing well.
Danny?
Doing well.
Mike?
I'm better than Danny. Danny feels I don't believe that well. I don't believe that.
I'm just tired. I'm tired. Other than
What's
that,
that like?
Yeah.
Wake up. So normally how we Matt, since you're new to this, what we do is that before we start work, we just go over high level what we're able to do throughout the week. And we'll start with Danny, then we'll go to Mike, and then we'll have you scrambled at the end.
Yeah.
All right, Danny.
So this week, I got a lot of the technical mumbo jumbo out of the way. I knew I was gonna be like busy during the work week. See, this is why I have my camera scaled way down. I'm an idiot and I can't do anything. So hold on. Where are you? That's my reference over there.
Oh man, I love those hands, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I collected a bunch more reference. A lot of these pieces are from a few places. Jan Blanco is a dude I'll talk about later on in my What's Good. I really, really love his work. But that's actually the wrong one. This whole time it was capturing my right monitor, and now it's not. Let me switch it.
Today's Technical Friday.
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
Yeah.
Here we go. Yeah. So I was able to get a whole bunch of like technical mumbo jumbo done on this dude, where
So
all of the he's a weirdo.
Yeah, dude, I love that so much.
he's definitely a weirdo right now, but he's got like all the basic mumbo jumbo UVs and good topo and all that, because I want to take this sculpt in a particular direction that's going to need some of those things. And I started to set up a little, like normal, a little scene in Maya. I thought it was open already. I'll open it up and then we'll take a look at it later. But I don't want to monopolize all this time. But one of you other guys can go, and I'll show what this looks like after.
All right, cool.
Yeah, cool.
All right, Mike.
Okay, so first of all, I did not give Danny permission to use my likeness for his body. So that's not
Sorry,
cool.
man.
Yeah, put some clothes on that guy, will you? So yeah, from my guy, from my dude, I went in and started kind of blocking in the body. I did a little more on the horns, and now he's looking kind of like this. So just kind of sketching in his proportions. I want him to feel very kind of emaciated and still muscular, but very, very kind of like mummified almost. So that is what I have so far with my guy.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
All right, Matt. We're able
Oh
to get
gosh.
done.
You're gonna be so disappointed in me. I didn't do a whole what in the world? Make smaller. This is technical difficulties Friday for sure.
Yeah.
There we go.
There it is.
So I really didn't do anything this week. I'm sorry, guys. Work got really busy, but anyways, I added a tongue to him. That's about it. And he's going to be a lizard man in a suit. So he's going to have a real tight collar, and it's going to be squishing over.
Nice.
But we're going to have some more fun with it this week now that like all the cord stuff is in there.
Awesome.
Okay. Cool. Well, pencils up, guys.
All right.
Oh boy. That means
if you guys are like, go ahead.
Oh, I was like, that means go. Oh gosh, I'm not ready for this.
Yes. If you guys do not hear the music, just let me know. I do not hear the music at all on my end for whatever reason. So just let me know.
Yeah,
if it's too loud or anything like that.
It can maybe be a little bit louder even.
Yeah.
What do you guys
okay.
think?
You can crank.
Agreed.
It.
All right. I'll do that. Let's see. So I know that this week was a great week for Mike because it ended with Masters of the Universe. So.
Oh, did that come out? The new cartoon came out?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm way behind.
Not only did it come out, but I marathoned it this morning already.
Did you really?
Like,
the whole thing?
At 10 o'clock in the morning, he's like, did you guys see it? I'm like, what?
Yeah. This is true.
I think I'm on episode 4. How many episodes are there?
There's only 5.
There's 5.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm on 3.
How does it hold up?
So
it should be canceled. No,
you want to go? You want to go?
Bradley's solution to everything should be canceled.
No. You know what's hard for me? I was and I'm probably gonna tease for this, but I'm willing to be open. You know, I was a real Buffy the Vampire fan, and to hear Michelle Gellar's voice on there, it's just like odd for me. I'm like,
who is she? Is she Tila? Who is she? I didn't even know that.
She's Tila.
Oh man.
All right.
Every time I think I can't imagine him having a more odd take. You outdo it, sir. You keep bringing them.
Hey, you know, you just let me know what a line is. I'll try to find it.
I mean, Sarah Michelle Gellar is that's a wild take.
You do pick the weird hills to die on. I will tell you that.
But I'm not dying though.
I don't know.
If I keep coming back, I don't die, Mike. I keep coming back.
You're like a zombie or something. So,
I want to share a Discord really quick, if it's okay.
Okay, do you think?
Yeah. Oh, share.
Yeah. So everyone, we started our Discord this week with it's pretty like when you go through it, everything's still getting flushed out, but you're more than welcome to start joining in there. Actually, Mike and I were in there earlier today and throughout the week streaming in the Hangout room. So feel free to join in and meet and greet. I was able to meet a couple new people too. So please join the Stylus League Discord. And more to come in detail throughout the week.
What's the Hangout room?
Hangout room is where you go and hang out and meet with people and you share your screen. It was a beautiful thing.
Cool. And that's on where?
On Discord.
Oh.
Oh. Now, can someone give me a tutorial on how to use Discord?
Awesome. We'll definitely do that.
I feel like I was supposed to be much older when I stopped learning how to do regular things. It's not a good trajectory for me.
Well, I will tell you that up until recently, Discord was kind of like the bane of my existence, only because I never could figure it out. Uh-huh. Yeah, I mean, it just so you're not the only one. Like I just couldn't figure it out. For whatever reason, getting in the room and getting my camera to work and all that stuff, it was always a pain. But now it's not so hard now, I guess.
That's good. Just a little hard, just a little pain.
A little pain, a little hard.
Okay.
Yeah, totally. So Danny, how did you feel about Masters of the Universe? We kind of cut it off. What'd you think so far?
All right.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. There's a take that I want to discuss after the show, the one that we mentioned in the in our chat earlier, so I can explain myself. But it is a pleasant surprise. I knew a little bit about it going in, so I thought I knew what to expect, and it still surprised me in a lot of ways. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I feel the same way. So I was apprehensive about it just because I was such a fan of the last version that came out that you can only find on YouTube now for some reason. But I grew up obviously with the 80s version. 80s, right? 80s and 90s. I think 80s. Yeah. So that was dope to me. The newer version was kind of a fresh take on it, and this one was pretty fun. So I will admit that.
Yeah. Did you guys ever watch that new version of the Thundercats?
Yeah, I did.
I tried.
It was good.
What I never saw it. Like, I remember the announcement, and I remember thinking, "Oh man, I love the redesign," because it was just crazy different.
Oh wait, you're not talking about the Teen Titans Go version, are you?
Yes, I am talking about that one.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to know what people thought about it. I know that people were furious when they saw those designs.
I didn't even know they had a version like that.
Yeah, your kids.
Yeah, it was like Thundercats Go or something, or it was something pretty weird. And like the initial release, people were just hated on it, and I think it got canceled really quickly after a few episodes.
Yeah,
but I never saw it, so
I tried, and it was like the quality of the show wasn't that great for me. Like in any aspect, because I can forgive, right? If visually there's some things that are kind of crazy, but story wise it's really engaging, or there's good acting, or even if there's good visuals and the rest is there's got to be one element that's like, oh, this is better than a lot of other stuff that I could spend my time watching.
Yeah,
I didn't personally feel like there was any aspect that was standout, and I was like, all right, well, see ya.
Yeah,
so
that was one thing that I thought would probably happen, is they went so crazy with the designs that I felt like maybe they were going to be playing it safe with not going crazy in the show to balance it out.
Yeah,
which I don't think is a great idea, but that was my take on it, anyways.
Yeah, I don't like when people say, "Oh, that ruined my childhood" or whatever, and it's like, no, I watched Thundercats when I was a kid, and it was great. It didn't ruin anything. I just don't like, you're ruining my adulthood. It's coming out right now. You know what I mean? It's coming out right now. Make my adulthood better. You don't get to go back in time and change my childhood.
Right.
So Trevor says, making them teraflops, I see. Iron Man says, what's the purpose of this? What's the purpose of this? And then he follows it up with just a group of different characters. So, Iron Man, welcome to the channel if you're new to our channel. But we are a group of friends on a weekly basis. We will start on a weekly basis. We meet every Friday, and we start a project every month from beginning to end to give out some tips, to have a conversation, recreate the studio vibe, and to answer questions for anyone that may have some. So if you have any questions on the work that they're doing, or if you're interested in any of the work that we've done in the past, feel free to subscribe to our channel.
And Bradley, tell them what the theme is this week. That's why.
The theme of this week this month is conspiracy theories.
Yeah. I was going to say, or if you're already an expert, feel free to share any tips, because I'll take any information I can get. Yeah, 100%.
Yep.
And Iron Man said, this is a cool idea. Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Thank you and welcome.
Actually, I was wondering, not to derail the conversation, but I really don't know too much about you guys, your backgrounds. How did you start off? Because I know that Danny's been in the industry forever. I looked up to Danny, he was the guy that I aspired to be and still do aspire to be. But Mike, you kind of are getting into ZBrush in the latter half of your career because you were doing completely different stuff, right?
Correct. Yeah. No, I've been an illustrator for all of my professional career. And so I started using ZBrush in order to help me work on, guys like this. So I usually do like package design for Hasbro and, like movie poster stuff. And I would need to, model characters that had on all kinds of tech gear and whatnot. So I was like, yo, I need some good reference. And started using things like Daz and Poser, and then realized that I could sculpt my own stuff. So I decided to start learning how to use ZBrush. So that was only like 6 years ago, I think.
Oh, really? No way.
Yeah, totally. But I'm a firm believer, that if you can draw, you can paint, you can sculpt. Like, it's just how much time you want to put into it.
Yep.
And so that's my story.
And how did you learn? Did you take a course, or like is this all?
It was a whole lot of like fan following, right? Like, so like guys, I saw, stylized stuff like yours and Shane really gets me excited because it's a different take and it looks really cool. Realistic stuff, looking at guys like Daniel Bell and, even young guys like Ramel Chopra are killing it. We were talking about him before the show tonight. And I mean, good gracious, man. Like it goes to show that it doesn't matter how old you are, you can really be dope. So I would follow guys, Ryan Kingsland and cats like that until I figured it out,
Sweet.
Yeah, man. So now I'm doing, in addition to doing like 2D stuff, now I'm doing some stuff for Sideshow and things like that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you.
And Danny, how did you get started in like the gaming industry and characters?
So I was in film for 11 years. I was doing
oh, really?
I'm old. Yeah, I was at Blue Sky First.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, I knew that. Yeah.
I was at Blue Sky First for 11 years, and all that stuff happened. Like I met a friend in college, and then I didn't even know she was interested in art at all. We just lived on the same floor. I was her RA, and and like I knew her just from walking around the floor, really. And we saw a Toy Story on campus. They would do this thing where movies that were current, to keep everyone dry, they would have these dry nights, because in the winter there's nothing to do in upstate New York except drink. So they would have like free movies, like free first run movies. So we had Toy Story, and I was like, man, I want to learn how to do that. I want to change everything I'm doing. I want to learn how to do that. And I saw her coming out of the art building the very next day. I was like, hey, I didn't know you took art classes. She's like, yeah, I'm down in the graphics lab. And I'm like, what's that? And the rest is a wrap. And she got me my job at Blue Sky like a couple of years later. And so shout out to Danielle Cambridge, wherever you are in the world. I think she was like she worked at Pixar and Blue Sky and all these places, and she just had a passion for like firefighting. And I think she went and joined this thing called Team Rubicon, which is like
no way
firefighters and stuff. Yeah, but that's how I started. And then games were using ZBrush and stuff more. And when I became aware of ZBrush, I was like, oh, I got to learn how to do that. So I left and went to games, and I've just sort of hopped around for like 20 years between games of film and games of film and games of film. So, yeah.
Hey, that's awesome.
Yeah, crazy. How did you start, sir?
Oh man, I kind of had that Toy Story moment where like I had no idea what I wanted to do. I had always done art, in high school, and like I was always drawing. And then we in our church we can serve these missions where we do 2 years in a country abroad and talk to people a bunch. And one of the days we were up there, they showed us The Incredibles, which had just come out, and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to do that. I want to make characters. Like, I want to make 3D characters. I can do that. But like before then, I don't think it ever occurred to me that you could make a living doing art.
Yep.
Like I was like, oh, that's not something that people do anymore,
Yeah.
And so I got back home after my mission and went to go to this school to learn 3D modeling and animation and stuff, and they sat us down on the first day and said, this is the computer science program. They laid out the whole program, the 4-year program, and they told us that we wouldn't be touching any 3D programs for the first year and a half of the program. So I instantly dropped out. I was like, no, thank you. And I taught myself graphic design, became a graphic designer, like specializing in illustration logos and in illustrative graphic design, and did that for a number of years, but still wanted to get into modeling and character design. And this really random school just popped up in Seattle that was like a 9-month program on site. It was a 9 to 5 school, and they only just taught you 3D modeling for 9 months, and it was like none of the extracurriculars. And I was like, that's exactly how I learn. And so I moved to Seattle, left my wife stayed in Utah while I went to Seattle for the 9 months, and I lived in a closet for that time. Like, not joking, I lived in a closet at someone's house, and also subsidized my rent by doing their dishes and mowing their lawn.
Wow.
Which my wife didn't know about, and she was really mad when I got back, because before I left, we had gotten contact, and they said, oh, we think this price would be good for rent. And I think that's going to be perfect because I'm quitting my full-time job. I'm coming out here, and I'm not going to be making any money, and we already have a house, and we have all these things. We don't have any. There's no side money that we could pay. And so we got there, and after the first day, I unpacked into the closet. It was just big enough for a bed and a tiny desk. The lady, she's like, I know we agreed to this price before you moved in, but what I think would be more fair was this. And it was like double and a half what we had agreed on. And I'm just like, there's no way I can pay it. And I'm just like, what can I do? I moved in. I can't, trying to find another place is almost impossible because my wife had left, all the moving van had left for me moving up there. So I didn't have a car or anything like that. And so I'm like, what can I do? I mean, I can mow your lawn. I can do your dishes. And she looked at me and she said, okay, that annoyed. They're like, okay, we can do that. And so for 9 months, I mowed their lawn and I did their dishes every day. And it was an inconvenience to them, apparently.
You're better than me, man.
Oh, you were there. No, you were the butler.
No, but I was.
Yeah.
No, my wife, to this day, if we ever bring up her name, she just gets furious. And she's like, I wanted to egg her house. I wanted to go and visit you and then go egg the house. I said, don't do that because they'll make me clean it when you leave.
Well, I mean, that's one way to look at it. Another way to look at it is you have a Harry Potter origin story. You lived in the closet under the stairs. They were fucking mean to you.
I mean, that's what it was.
And then look, and now you're a magician.
Right? Now you're a magician.
Now you're a magician.
Right. Nice.
No, that's exactly what it was. Oh man, I've just got nightmares of living there.
They probably went broke buying their kids products you've made, so you win.
Yeah, I know. I hope so. No, I hope them the best. They were so weird, and she tried to guilt play it to me as well. Of we live in a really expensive area and rent here, and they were renting the house, so they shouldn't have been renting it to me.
Right.
On top of that, it's really expensive to live here, and they're trying to make this sob story of why they needed to increase my rent. I'm like, I didn't know any of this. I didn't set the price to begin with. You offered this price to me.
I'll just say this. I don't know if anybody else is thinking it. I've seen movies that started like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You lucky you were only cleaning.
I know, for real.
I'm glad they're the type of movie that it turned out to be, because it could have easily gone one of two directions that could have been much worse.
Oh yeah. I know. They're so lucky. Like, I am a nice guy that just okay, whatever.
One is a horror movie and the other is an adult film. So.
that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that one. That's the one. I just imagine you.
Okay, what can I do to get this?
What can I do to pay this rent? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to work something out.
Yeah,
we'll figure something out.
Mm-hmm. Either you in boxers with a feather duster, just like making it happen around the house.
So everyone, you've entered the Stylus League. Please remember to like and subscribe to our channel. And also, for those who are just joining, we recently started our Discord group. I placed it in the chat if you want to join our Discord. We've created some rooms there that you can. I was actually in there a couple times this week, and I met some really cool people. So it's a great place to mingle and hang out. I created some rooms there for people to screen share in the Hangout, and also created some rooms called Artists Do Game, if you guys wanted to play any video games with anyone, and some chat groups. So try to mix it up a little bit, but please join, follow us, subscribe, and join our Discord.
Yeah, and you messed up this week, Bradley.
I did.
Yeah, somebody said hello. Somebody said hello in the chat. You didn't say it?
Oh, I'm sorry. Everybody was talking. Say hi to Mari Cat. Let's say hi.
Hey, Mari Cat.
What's up, Mari Cat?
Got quite a few highs.
Yeah.
That was it. Mari Cat's no, we already answered Mari. Iron Man asked, well, what are you guys working on? So we'll go through each one of you guys to go through it.
You missed Hero's Bench earlier. He said thank you for following him on Instagram.
That was earlier. I did shout him out when you were talking.
Oh, wow.
See, Mike? There you go, man. You keep doing that. Let's put baby in the box.
I'm trying to help you out. That's all I'm saying.
You know what? Help us all out and let us know and tell us about your conspiracy theory.
Mom, Dad, stop funny.
Sure. Exactly. So my dude is the Wendigo. Which is a Native American folklore scary dude, which he kind of he eats people. I think he's like he eats people, and he likes the taste of people, and he kind of that's his thing. That's his shtick. So, yeah.
I like his explanation of him. He's like real casual and he eats people. And
I do a deep dive on my whole conspiracy thing. Like that's this. I don't want to turn it into a TED talk. He likes to eat people.
How about you, Danny?
I am working on a dude who is named Ludwig the God. What was it?
See.
Ludwig the Lunatic, let's just say, whatever. But basically, it was Ludwig the Bloodsucker is his name. And he's like a vampire leprechaun from an old myth in New York, where dudes would get drunk down by the docks after they worked. And they would say that this dude came and bit them and drank some of their blood. So, but it was only a bunch of old drunks that ever saw him. So probably not, right? So there you go.
I just like that story that he was like, he just would go down and he'd like bite people.
Yeah, exactly. He just, but he was like just a little tiny dude and, kind of disgusting. So I'm making a little tiny Victorian demon blood-sucking dude.
And Matt, and which one are you working on?
Okay, so I am working on like a lizard person, one of the politicians who's secretly described as or secretly disguised as a lizard who can change his appearance, who, all the politicians are lizard people who are controlling our world right now. I mean, that's pretty obvious that we all know that. So that's what I'm doing right now.
Ram says you missed me at the start of the show. Actually, Mike shouted you out.
That was before the show, though. To be fair, what's up, Ram?
Oh yeah.
What up?
What's up?
Iron Man says he's never heard of these. This is cool. Awesome.
Thanks, man. Welcome.
So with my definitely. With my dude, I remember Hulk fought somebody. Was it Hulk? No. Sorry. I used to read Alpha Flight when I was younger.
Okay.
Which is like, so they're like the Canadian X-Men, and and they fought a dude. They have a Sasquatch guy, and he fought somebody named Wendigo. And
oh, really?
So, yeah, he didn't look like this though. He was way less spooky looking than this.
This is like,
more like.
Oh, you go ahead. Sorry.
No, you go. What's up?
Oh, this version is more like the kind of the believed version of what the indigo or the Wendigo looks like, right?
Yeah. And the indigo also.
The indigo girls.
See, Latin says he's been in the Discord room. I've been there solo for a while. Well, Latin, you've been in there like for 8 hours a day. All right, it's hard work.
Well, no, listen, you're in early, man. That's it.
And you're
on to greatness early. You can be the dude that was like I knew about them before you guys knew. So you're that guy. You get to do that.
That's a great thing about the Discord. You never know when somebody's gonna hop in.
Yeah, I was able to meet someone named Rico. Rico was a cool guy. We're up it was like 2:00 in the morning in the Discord talking with Rico.
So what is Discord? I want someone like this is. I know this is kind of off topic, but what is Discord and how do you use it?
So Discord is a application for communities to gather together and to create their own biases.
Okay.
Create their own biases.
Their own biases? Oh, wow. Sounds great.
That's basically what it is.
The best part of that was Matt just rolled.
Oh, yeah. Cool. That's great. Okay.
This took a turn quickly.
We created the Stylus League room where we can meet with like-minded or similar-minded people and talk about things and hang out. But that's basically what Discord is. Discord is just I would say social, like Facebook minus the picture stuff, more voice communication, networking, and things like that.
Cool. And it's like a live chat room.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you also can do a stream on it?
Yes.
No.
Yes, you can.
So the thing that's kind of dope about it, like you can set up different rooms too. So Bradley has one room set up where you can just show whips of your 2D and 3D work and get feedback from the community, which is nice.
Oh, cool.
So like a much smaller, less obnoxious version of one of the big rooms that you might see online. And then you also can hop in one of the hangout rooms and just work, and other people hop in with you and just kind of hang out and chill and work together like in a work environment.
Oh, that's cool. No, I need to get on that Discord because I hear that it's really cool.
So ours is a safe space, Matt, if you want to slowly start to get in there.
I think that's probably the best thing for me.
Yeah. You can talk about washing dishes and indentured servitude.
The things they made me wear were so short.
Exactly.
When you get on that,
what was that?
Nothing. Never mind.
Being a chimney sweep in an adult movie. What?
You got to pay the bill, all worth it in the end.
Yeah.
Ma'am, can you help me? I'm stuck in this chimney.
I'm ever so cold.
I also want to remind everyone that Matt was so kind enough to share with the Stylus League a discount code for his Gumroad tutorials. So everything in the Gumroad for Matt is 25% off. And we also have a competition going on that if you've been in our streams and you've asked questions pertaining to the work, we're going to pick 3 people at the end of our project that the Stylus League will purchase one tutorial for each person. So at the end of each week, I take a tally of who's asked the most questions, and you have to have been in all 3 sessions to win. So please ask questions about the work, and you'll be lucky enough to win one of Matt's tutorials. And thank you again, Matt. We appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure, guys.
Awesome.
Honored being on.
Oh, Brad.
Yeah.
Oh, we just lost the music now.
Dropped out.
Music dropped out.
Awesome. I needed that because I can't hear it.
Now you're going to be able to hear it when it plays again.
Probably, right? It should be going, right?
Yep.
Nope, and I can't hear it. It's great. I can just listen to you guys breathe. It's a beautiful thing. You guys are alive.
Only cool people can hear this music. That's probably why.
That's true.
I'm okay with that. What you guys got planned for this weekend?
Oh gosh.
Oh, that sounds good. Sounds a good plan. That sounds a good plan. I like that.
Yeah.
A little bit of nothing. I got that.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna try to clean up the topology on my Wolverine model so I could get it in substance.
Yes.
You know what we should do, dude? Bradley?
What?
We should vow to get on the Anycubics this weekend and make something happen.
That only helps you out, but we can do that.
I've been no. You have stuff to print. You have things to print.
I know, but I gotta finish that Wolverine. I have to.
I was inspired by Tony Gore today. He just got
that He-Man's looking good.
Yeah.
He just got his printer, and he already has a print in hand.
Yep.
Wait, is that giant He-Man? No, wait. I don't know if I've seen this.
It's in the Discord, so
I can share. I can share.
Obviously, it's in the Discord.
You know what?
I
can share our Discord for a second.
I click on that link
see.
and it will take me there. I'm gonna be like walking.
I know. So look, man. So this is our Discord.
Hey! Wow, that looks really easy to use.
Hold on. We can do this walkthrough. This is our Discord. As you can see, there's some great community members in the Hangout room. But if you go to the 3D whip area, you'll see the He-Man that's being worked on.
That's a cool He-Man.
And does he have the print in there? He's got the print in there too, right?
Nope. He has the keyed version, so he doesn't have.
Okay.
He has the keys, but you can see how. Oh, this is Brad.
Yeah, it's Brad's version.
Nice.
Got some work from Rico.
Ooh, some toff.
Beautiful.
So this is so much easier to show our the work from the group. This is Mike's Cyclops.
Yep.
And this is my Wolverine.
Yes. Man, this is like
Ichi-chan. Yeah.
the new Zebra Central here.
Hey, we're not starting no beef. You know, Mike works for them.
I don't work for them.
who does number 2 work for?
Listen, exactly. Hey, listen. I just washed the dishes. Just wash the dishes and mow the lawn for them.
Yeah, that's all.
You're right. Yeah, there's a difference.
You hear a little bell ring in the back. Mike's like, I gotta go, fellas.
I gotta go, guys.
Like, but Mike, they're not fixing your poly groups. I gotta go.
I gotta go pick out 14 greens. Cycle when you select group.
You know what was funny about that is my wife came up and visited me, and I had it was just like a month before the program was over, and I finally told her because I was just like so full of stress and anxiety of like all the stuff that I was doing for this stupid family. And so I told her, and so she was really mad at the family, a little bit at me, but mostly at the family. And then she came up and visited me for our anniversary, and she came over to pick me up. All right, I think we went back to get some stuff and then go, and we spent a night at a hotel away from the family. And afterwards, I dropped my wife off and went back to the house. And the lady had the audacity, said, "Oh, it sounded like you had a female over last night." And I'm like, "Yeah, that was my wife." Like, she was accusing me of like cheating on my wife, as well as all this other stuff.
Oh, classic mystery. She's not accusing, she's probing.
Yeah.
I heard you had a female over last night.
Oh yeah, it sounded like.
How about another one?
Yeah, how about a step ladder? Yeah, there you go.
Thought we would work on increasing your household tasks.
She's
like,
you can't take a hint, man. You can't take a hint.
There it is. That's what it is.
I'm not going to tell your wife if you can start doing her laundry as well.
Okay.
Good times, guys.
Latin says his birthday's tomorrow. Happy birthday to you, Latin.
Happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday.
Nation said this contest is rigged. I never ask questions because I'm adept. Well, you know what you could also get from out of it? 25% off. 25% off. And thank you for hanging out for us, Nation. I appreciate it. We appreciate it. Well, Latin wants everybody to know that he has money. So he got the 49-inch ultra-wide Samsung screen with that ROG Strix laptop, NVIDIA 3080. Why are you always writing caps, man? He's always writing in caps. He's always capping at us. Always in caps.
Kind of showing off a little bit. The specs are enough. Jeez. You don't have to have all caps.
Listen, man. Sounds dope to me. I'll take it.
Everybody knows Nation Latin got paid this week. No, for real. Let me get that ultra right. How's it working out? Latin says we should see the sculpt Rico's work on. I can't click. If I click on this in the rooms, I will lose audio on the stream if I click in. So, but thanks for letting us know. Rico's doing some cool stuff. Vicar says looking dope, Danny and Mike.
Thank you.
Oh, Edgar, what's up, man? Thanks, man.
Oh, Ed. What's up, Ed? Ed will throw your ass in an armbar real quick.
He will.
that came out of left. Like,
no, seriously.
He does that cage fighting.
He's a 10 planet guy. He's a 10 planet guy. One time when I was in LA, he came over and taught my kids how to do like basic armbar. I thought it was cool.
That's awesome.
I looked and I was like, hey, look at what it would be like if their father was like a man. That's crazy. Yeah. So there it is.
I already told you, my son will pray for somebody if they pick on him.
Danny, what are you rendering an Arnold right now?
I am. So I have a weird way of doing things for a while now where instead of trying to complete work in one program, you start planting all the seeds in all the programs. and then just update as you go. So like the beginning circuit is like, so right now this is the same mesh that's in Substance, and it's the same mesh that's in ZBrush, and everything comes out of ZBrush and feeds what's in my so I can update and whatever, but right now I'm just sort of tweaking the subsurface distance so that way I can have just enough subsurface before I throw in any thickness map or anything like that. So,
oh, sweet.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thanks.
How long have you been doing it that way for?
I don't know, maybe like 7-8 months, something like that. When I knew I was going to try and take a job doing like full-time look dev, I was like, I better start learning. So yeah, there you go. So
that's awesome.
Thanks.
Well, so we're going to do our What's Good segment. So for everyone who's new to watching us, our What's Good is when the team will share with you any artists or things that they think that's really cool to share with everyone. Does not have to always be art specific, but we just like to share some stuff with you guys. And we're going to try our best to start adding some of this stuff to our Discord group. I'll probably make a channel for What's Good and we'll just share there. So let's start with you, Danny. What's good?
Here's this. So this is something we've looked at before in our little internal group that I just have bookmarked. So there's tons of reference pages on Pinterest or whatever. In my opinion, this is the most robust one I found. And right now at the beginning, it looks like a sort of just a jumble of a bunch of cool illustrations. But if you come up here and go from created to saved, and you click on the saved, it's categorized. And then they've got like character anatomy, and there's tons of anatomy stuff in here. Then they've got the thing that gets me about this, I think this has to be a bot collecting these things, but it's doing a great job, because I don't know how a person would do this or a group of people would do this. It's so many and so specific. And they have videos. They've got masters, right? So they got like Mobius here. They've got tutorials, and then they've got so many like creature design, ostriches, creature design reindeer, creature design sloths, right? So
can you take the Pinterest link in the address bar and paste it in the chat? That way everyone will get it. Awesome.
No, I'm not trying to share with these people. Yeah, sure.
No, this is like constantly up on like whenever I start character design. This is the first place I go.
Yeah.
It's just an unlimited resource of just amazingness.
It really is insane. You're going to be sculpting or drawing or whatever a bunch of faces, and you just go character design, faces, boys, and then in here, this also is like crazy deep. It's not just like there's 5 or 6 things in each one. There's literally hundreds inside of each one of these links, correctly categorized. It's insane. So yeah, that's my What's Good.
Awesome.
That is good.
Yeah, it's crazy.
All right, Mike, what do you got for us?
Cool. So for my What's Good, I had mentioned him a little earlier, but a friend of mine who is just really killing it right now is goes by the name Ramel Chopra. Just next level. Like there's certain guys that you see that you look at their stuff and you just don't know how they do it. He is a young man who is incredibly humble, who just does next level work. So one of the nicest guys you can meet. His texture game is like no one else I've seen doing it. Look at his hair on Logan. I mean, come on, man. Yeah, he's so sick with it. And the nicest guy too. So just wanted to point you to his art station. He put up some new work for what is it, Cyberpunk, these trauma relief guys, and the detailing on them is crazy, very crazy. So that is What's Good for me. And I have another one. Switch over here. Again, if you haven't gotten it yet, this IPVO document camera is sick. If I switch views here, you can see that it can be used for many, many things, like showing off your very dope, very expensive sideshow statues. in addition to putting it on books and drawings and whatever. Like I could easily see, Matt and Danny just going crazy on a sketchbook and broadcasting it to the world. So that's what's good for me.
Awesome.
Okay, is it me?
Yeah. I was concerned. I don't know if I should call you out.
I'm waiting for Bradley. Like Bradley's going to be like, "Oh, I've got something great," and I'm not. What I've got is not that great, and the anxiety. No. I'm just going to share this guy I've been following for a really long time. I actually just did one of his sculpts, but his name is Arjuan. I can't say his middle name Nair. But this guy has been super, super cool, and his diversity of character design is so good.
Oh wow!
He just has everything in a lot of unique shapes with his characters, and just does stuff that really speaks. I mean, to some of the stuff that I do. Awesome. It really appeals to me. Love his work. Anyways, I finished one of his, like a character sculpt from him, and was able to chat with him for a bit, and he's just turned out to be like the coolest guy.
Awesome.
My camera. Cool. But anyways, he's got some solid stuff.
Very dope.
Yeah.
So does he? Is that all 2D, or he's doing 3D?
This is all 2D. Yeah, this is all 2D.
Wow. Wow.
So I ended up doing. Let's see if I can.
It was that dude, right? The dude you just passed. He was up there.
Yes, but I did where is he? I did this guy, but he did a black and white sketch of him, which I saw this after that. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess I could have just thrown some quick color on there. Where is it? It's here. Anyways, I did one of him just recently.
Nice.
But like, I just thought those shapes are really cool.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Cool.
Dude.
That's good. What's good this week? Thank you for sharing.
Mm-hmm.
That is good.
What do you have, Bradley?
Oh, you thought you just put me on blast and I won't have anything.
Good thing. I know you got like always 1,000 cool things going.
Good thing. I spent some time with Rico last night, and he introduced me to XMD tools, which I didn't know about, and I actually ended up purchasing their product. I'll share my screen today. So I did not know about this, and I was in the hangout with Rico, and he told me about this, and I was able to get it from ArtStation. Has the lifetime license for $15, and it's only $59. It's usually $59, so I picked it up, and I got this. I haven't really played with it yet, but when he was using it, the way it organized all the XMD, because I think a lot of us probably have some of XMD's tools. And the fact that it organizes all of it and you get access to the whole library streamed into their plugin was cool. So I ended up purchasing that. And the ArtStation, it's on sale right now on ArtStation.
Nice.
That's awesome.
If you would indulge me, I would like to do a bonus What's Good, if you guys don't mind.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So earlier this week, I wasn't even done
yet. You see how you cut me off?
I'm sorry.
No, I'm playing. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So earlier this week, I was hanging out with my friends Tony Gore and Brad Grotman, and I usually mess around with BPRs, and then go into Photoshop, and then I kind of put in a different background, like a gradient normally, and just kind of make things look as good as I can before I post whips on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't know that under render and under the filters, in addition to the ones that are in here, which I kind of played around with and liked to a certain degree, there's an unlimited number of filters here. So like if I was to click on F11 here and then click on filter, look at all these. Here, let me move this out of the way. So click on filter. Look at all these things you can do. I mean, it's crazy how many, like 30 things, more than that, really. But each one of these can be controlled to affect either the background or the foreground. And so for something like this piece right here, if I were to do just a regular basic render, you can see there's not a whole lot going on in the sculpt. But if I do a render here, you can see that I have a clouded background. I have...
Oh, that's in the filter?
That's in just the filters, yeah. And this is only a few of them. But yeah, this is the kind of stuff that I would do in Photoshop. I've got a vignette, which really kind of pushes it, makes it look really, really good. And so now I could post this directly to, you know, ArtStation or Facebook, whatever. So shout out to Brad Grotman for telling me something that was there probably for a long time and I just didn't even know about.
Nice.
That's awesome.
You know what? I'm going to steal from Mike and do one more what's good, if that's all right, too.
Just as long as it's not expected for everyone.
Yeah.
No. Because I meant to do this at the beginning. No, I meant to do this at the beginning and I forgot because I had like a whole bunch of windows buried. But Jan Blanco is an artist that is really, really incredible. Like the work that he's posting, and I find it to be particularly inspirational in a lot of ways. So I just wanted to share his work too. So yeah, just YANBLANCO on ArtStation. Yeah, I think his work is really amazing.
Yeah.
This is disgusting. It's good words like I.
Goop.
Yeah, the I
Yeah,
still.
just crazy. But yeah, his work's great. But yeah,
that's awesome,
just
man.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So for anyone that's watching, please remember to like and subscribe on our Stylus League channel and also join our Discord. I will make sure in future videos that the Discord is actually in the YouTube link on our page. So I'll update that and you'll be able to click there for those who may be watching this after the fact. And I may need to create more hangout rooms. There are not enough.
Nice.
Wow.
No problem to have.
Yeah. Note to self.
Make more hangouts.
So Matt, is your goal are you going to bring it into Substance? Are you going to texture it?
I'm probably just going to do this all in ZBrush, and then if I can bring it into like Keyshot, do some poly painting, and then set up a simple like 3-point light render.
I missed the videos on Keyshot 10. I haven't I know there's something out there that's been shown up on my YouTube channel, but I haven't really looked at it.
Yeah, I haven't paid attention to what's going on in 10. I know that they're doing some more like animated stuff. They're bringing in a lot more like animated logos and things that you can do on your renders and stuff. And then there's a whole, Keyshot is opened up into a lot more than what it was. It's still not like as powerful for character renders. It's still more like products. Like if you're going to render out products, it's awesome. Yeah. Like a watch, your watch is going to look so good in there. But for characters, you have to like refine the materials quite a bit before like you get a real like Pixar-esque skin.
Hey Matt, do you ever run into the issue where you take something into Keyshot and you have maybe a legacy material that when you go to try to do something like the GPU render, it turns into the square with a circle inside, like the texture not found? You ever run into that?
Yeah, and I'm not really sure how to resolve it other than like it just doesn't work with the GPU render.
Yeah,
that may be. I don't know. Have you figured out how to solve that?
Yeah, because it was super annoying to me. But I reached out to Paul Gabry. If you go into the texture, I think it's the material editor. There is an area to update the texture, and it'll say usually on there when it doesn't work that it's a legacy one. Yeah, and then when you do that update, it takes care of the problem. Now it may not have all of the, like, say you have a really nice ambient occlusion texture that you want to do like a clay render or something.
Yeah,
you may have to tweak that after the fact, but at least it'll work with your GPU, which is nice.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, man. That's one of those things that was really bugging me, and especially after buying a new GPU. So,
yeah, like looking like, oh, I got this specifically for the GPU render.
Totally, that's what I did.
That's what I did.
Yeah,
like, oh yes.
Like it still doesn't work. Damn it.
Like,
yeah.
Hey, Ram, I sent a new link for the Discord. It looks like after a certain number of people click on the link, it kind of becomes invalid. So try that and let me know if it works out for you. And what I'll do is when we're done tonight at 11, I'll go through the channels and just say hi to everyone that's in the Hangout. Your nail game is awesome, Daniel. I like your nails.
Well, thank you.
Oh man, those nails! I was looking at them earlier. Like, those are some good nails.
Thanks. Oh wait, brother, you mean my sculpted nails?
No, that's not what I meant.
Listen, my gutters need cleaning and my chimney needs sweeping. You better watch yourself.
Well, I'm very good. There were very few complaints.
Nice.
Not no complaints.
It's weird. The Yelp was like, the only complaint was I kept trying to seduce this kid and he just wouldn't take the hint.
It just wasn't taking it. Was not taking it.
Could have made that rent a lot lower.
Yeah.
He chose to do manual labor.
Yeah.
You would have too.
Yeah, I would have too. Yeah. Well, no, not actually. Historically, I just don't believe in doing, manual labor for that. How many people earn my freedom for me?
Woo!
Link still didn't work, Ram? I don't know. So what you could do, I don't know why it's not working. I will create edit link, generate new link, copy, generating a new link. I think Ram and I may be friends on Facebook, and I can message you and get your Discord name, and I can send it to you personally. So I don't know why it's not working, Ram.
So, who are your guys' inspirations, like getting in to this field? And Mike, I'm going to extend that to your illustration career as well. Like, who are the guys that you were looking up to?
When I first got into it, so like guys like Drew Struzan, I grew up kind of loving all of those movies that he did posters for. You know, as a kind of like a Star Wars and E.T. and all those Indiana Jones and everything. Yeah, like a big fan of his work. To guys like Norman Rockwell and more contemporary guys on up to like the younger guys that are doing work and on ArtStation, right? Like, you never really run out of inspirations, even at my age.
Oh yeah.
But like just getting into the business, I wanted to do movie posters. So when I started doing them, it was like a kind of a dream come true for me.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. That's it for me.
What about you, Danny?
So for me, when I first started, I wanted to be an animator, and I was doing a lot of animation. And so for me, it was like the 9 Men and Floyd Norman and people like this. But then when I got to Blue Sky, there were only 2 full-time modelers, and there was another gentleman they would bring on Satellite at the time whenever things got really heavy, and they were doing shots for several films. This is like way pre-Ice Age, and then they were doing a bunch of commercials. So and the modelers were super nice. So I became really attached to a couple of those guys, and then they sort of took me under their wing, and then before I knew it, they became my first sort of heroes. And then once the internet sort of started to get populated with modeling stuff, there were so many other people that sort of came along after. But it was animators first. How about you?
Oh, that's cool. So yeah, I kind of am there with you. As the animation always like stood out to me, and I thought I wanted to be an animator really before I knew what this industry was. But then so like Glenn Keane is a huge inspiration. But like getting into like 3D, it was you and like Dylan Ekron that really spoke to me, and like seeing what you guys were doing was like what I wanted to be doing. I mean, so, and it's still like the people that I first go to for like looking up inspiration is you guys, and kind of the bar that I try to set myself to. But then you have these whole new generations of like younger modelers that are so good, like Peter Sandman, like is that a last name?
I know you're talking about,
yeah, and just these kids that are just so, I'm not kids, but just these guys are so good.
Yeah. Seeing all the Blender stuff too right now.
Oh yeah,
all the work that people are doing head to toe in Blender right now, is really inspiring, and it makes me feel like I better get on that train before it gets too far away, because studios don't use it yet. But if ZBrush taught me anything, I did well to get on it early. I saw people who didn't do that and didn't have a willingness to do it, and some of them ended up having to leave the industry because they were too married to other workflows, and I was like, that's dumb.
Yeah, I mean, it's already catching on in our studio, actually. Not with the characters so much, but with environments. I know a lot of environment artists that are they're like 99% in Blender.
Yeah.
And just basically do the last little bit to like import it into the engine from Maya.
Yeah. I think it's clearly the future for a lot of places, for sure.
Yeah, it's just cool to like have it all in one spot. Do modeling, sculpting, rendering, all there.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy right now. The rendering too in the viewport is outstanding.
Yeah.
It's not as nice as what you're gonna get with some offline renderers, but it's close.
Michael says he's interested in seeing when rigging and animation really push into Blender.
I mean, there's some examples out there, I think, that are pretty compelling already. Some of the short films they've made, and like Adobe just this last week, Adobe joined their list of whatever you call them, sponsors, benefactors, whatever. Yeah, Adobe's on board now. So,
dude, when I saw that Love, Death, and Robots that was done with Blender, it blew my mind.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wait, which one was that? Which one was done in Blender?
That the one with the girl that the girl and the guy kept taking turns kind of killing each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Well, that was done in Blender. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, they had that Netflix animation, that full like feature film that was really good, all done in Blender too.
Oh yeah, with the aliens, right? The robots or something.
The
like
robots,
that?
yep.
Yeah.
Gosh, what's it called?
What was that called?
I don't remember the name of it, but it was good. It was
surprising. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Oh, looks like Ram got in.
Nice. You know what? Not for nothing. Like, shout out to everybody that comes in. You know, like Ram is definitely one of those people. MJ's a person like that. You know, we have quite a few people that come in like every week. You know, Michael's like that. So thank you guys for tuning in. It's really fun to spend this time with you guys.
Definitely. Your best friend Bear, also another regular.
No, I'm not shouting out Bear.
Your very good friend Bear that you've been lifelong friends with.
See, I didn't do anything to you. Why are you starting?
I'm just saying, you know.
See? It's messed up. Bear could never really be my friend. I'll show you why. I can't show you what Bear looks like, but I'll show you what Bear looks like.
I love how I love how Danny loves to keep it like his good friendly feelings for Bear such a secret and not share it with him.
I hate Bear. He's a bad dude. So never in my life have I had a better costume idea than Bear and I both worked on the movie Turbo. And while we were while we were on Turbo, the human characters in Turbo, I swear to God, people would see me and Bear together and they would be like, did they base those dudes off of you? Because it's the two brothers, you know, one of them is like sort of taller and chunkier, and the other one's shorter and chunkier, and that's me and Bear. All right. So nice. This is literally, this would have been perfect, right? Like, because I think I sort of look like this dude, and the way I used to wear my facial hair for sure. And I think Bear looks like the other dude, like where they would have totally been, it would have been perfect. And we were supposed to do it. And that day, like we had this plan, we had t-shirts, we had everything. And the day is zooming in and he's like, oh, I can't, I'm going to go see my girlfriend who lived in another place. So I was like, you're dead to me. I hate you now, but I was actually okay with it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Specky, it's next gen. Yeah, you're right.
Next gen. Yep. That's right.
Next
okay.
Gen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I actually like that movie a lot.
Michael says, ditto, thanks for curating the vibe. Awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah, I need to create like more hangout rooms. Great channel. So, Mike, if you call me, I'll at least turn my printer on.
No, that sounds great, man. I'm telling you, Tony Gore has me like feeling like I need to at least get print out the little cube. You know what I'm saying? Something.
Yeah. Wait, you haven't even printed out the 3D cube that lets you know if your printer's working?
Yeah, you got to print out the test cube, Mike.
I haven't printed the test cube yet.
Your whole printer could be a dud right now. You don't know.
No, I know for a fact. It's a great printer. I know it's good.
You know it's good because other people's work?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right.
It is a great printer. Just a heads up, it took me a couple days to calibrate it. To to get it to level.
It takes some work. Yeah, it takes some work.
Yeah.
So I was watching Uncle Jesse, some old videos of his, and I ended up picking up the what is it, like the Wham Bam mat or whatever the thing? The Slam Bam mat.
Is it magnetic thing?
Yes. Yeah. Totally. So I have one for my filament printer, and now I have one for the Anycubic. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah, you got to send me a link to that. I'll buy it tonight.
Totally. Yeah.
Because it was a pain in the butt getting the piece off the bed.
Yeah. When's the last time you used it?
1985.
No.
The last time I used it was probably 3 months ago when I printed my first bust.
Okay.
And my wife took it and put it on her desk at work and said her husband made this. Felt like a proud kid.
Nice.
Whenever they ask her what I do now, she says that he's a dream chaser.
Okay.
Dream chaser.
You make business cards that say that?
I will. That's what I'm gonna get to.
You guys ever seen Arrested Development?
Yes.
Oh, dude, I love Arrested Development.
The best show ever made.
Best business card ever. Tobias's business card?
Tobias's card. The analorapist.
Yep.
It's not the spelling that worries me.
Yep. Bradley, you know what we're talking about?
No, I don't. Because the show started with Arrested, I don't watch it.
Oh,
all right, cool. Whatever you do. No, it's this dude was an analytical therapist, but it was too many letters to fit on the business card, so he had it printed as analrapist. But when they show the business card on camera, it says anal rapist. Best thing ever.
His license plate was also very good.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you, Ram. Welcome to the league. I saw you were able to get in.
What's up, Ram?
Ram says, Danny or Mike, do you still airbrush or have you moved beyond using it? I
haven't in many years.
So I just bought a new compressor and a whole bunch of gear to go with mine because I want to be able to start painting my heads and stuff, my whole bodies and everything. But I haven't done, shirts and jackets since probably Danny was in short pants.
I'm in short pants right now. You can't see the bottom.
Michael asked, I've never 3D printed before. How much ventilation do those resin printers need? There's some eco stuff that's out now that's a lot better than the heavily chemical ones. I know that when I did my first print, my wife wanted me to move it into the garage.
Yeah, as soon as you get like more of the eco printers, even like the water base or the water washable resins, there's almost no smell to the water washable. But if you're going to use like the traditional resin, then you'll want to find a way to ventilate it or have it in a different room for sure.
Yeah.
One of my old jobs, we had to do a lot of printing, and one of the things that was funny, one of my buddies is from Florida, and we were talking about some of the like chemical nature of some of the things or whatever, and somebody was like waxing poetic about like, oh, but there's plant-based stuff and that's natural and whatever. And my buddy is like from Florida, and he just got like that down south wisdom. And he was sitting there eating that with his feet propped up on a desk, and he was like, "You know, it's plants that'll kill you if you smell them too." And then he just kept on eating this apple. I was like, that is incredible. I laughed all day at that.
All true though. All true.
Yeah.
Nation X asked, did any of us watch He-Man yet?
Yes.
Watched it all.
Almost done.
Yeah, almost.
Danny's almost done. Bradley's not almost done.
I'm on episode 3. There's like 2 more. That's almost done.
Bradley wants to cancel it.
They only gave you a sample size. They did little finger sandwiches. They're not even hour. They gave you little finger sandwiches.
You should be happy,
finger sandwich show. All right.
You should be happy, Mr. I want everything resolved in the first episode.
So how do you think I feel about a 30-minute series with 5 episodes? All right.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. I'm just saying he gets to see the whole thing in a day if he wants to.
If you like your finger sandwiches,
It's
got to be 85 hours long and fully resolved every single episode.
Fully resolved.
You need both.
Yeah. That sounds. Yeah, I need a sniper's cut every time I watch something. Yeah, I need
every episode has to be a self-contained film.
Yeah, I need a 4-hour thing before I watch it.
Oddly enough, it makes sense why you're with me on the Star Trek train now. That makes sense because that's their MO.
I'll take it.
Dang, tonight is flying.
I know, right?
I know.
I just looked down. I'm like, holy.
I know.
Wow.
For anyone that's on and still watching, if you don't know, Mike is still doing mentorships. I know that he's been like extremely busy with that, but I know you're taking on new students, right, Mike?
Absolutely. And for my students who stay up late, I mean, I have guys on the other side of the world that have been coming in on Friday nights, and it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning for them. That's very cool of you. Thank you.
So, Mike, if I can't afford that, could I work it off maybe by like?
I've got some odd jobs around the place that
All right, I promise, man. That's my last day. I promise. That's like, screw you,
guys. I'm hurt enough.
You keep flashing Mike back to it. Matt's like, I don't want to do this anymore.
That was the last time we saw Matt on the Stylus League.
Damn. Sorry, Matt.
Hey, wouldn't it be so too far? It would be so dope when we get off this. Matt pulls a Wayne Brady and like, hey guys, let me talk to you.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I'll tell you what really happened.
See what really happened. Like, let me talk to you guys.
So.
That's so funny.
Are there any new features that you guys find yourselves using in ZBrush a lot?
Masking with lazy mouse on.
Yeah.
Really? Do you adjust it?
No, because it's on by default. Like nobody wants masking with lazy mouse on.
you use it out of spite because it's on all the time.
You walk right into it.
Yeah, I think I was just using it. I'm like, oh gosh.
Yeah.
Everybody hates that. That's the one that nobody asked for that.
I'm so behind on updates. I was like, wow, tell me more. This sounds cool.
Yeah, that masking with lazy mouse on by default bugs me. And I know I can turn it off and I know where to turn it off, but I never turn it off.
What? Help me out. What do you turn it off? And will it stay that way every time I load up ZBrush?
No, you got to do it every time. Every time.
Okay.
Yeah. I have a feeling it's going to be like the red clay of ZBrush, just long enough to get enough hate that it'll go away.
That they'll give you a way to change it, not take it away, but just give you a way to save it, not on default.
Yeah.
If it stays that way long enough, it becomes a feature. It's like, you know what? Here's this new feature. You can turn it off.
I've always wanted them to go back and revisit the Z-sphere rigging. Do you guys ever use that?
Oh yeah,
I used to use it all the time.
Me too.
For posing and stuff, and it's always been. I'm like, this would be so great if they would just update it, just make it a little bit better.
Yeah, you know what was my favorite thing about that?
What?
That to re-weight, all you did was scale the sphere. It makes so much sense. That was one of those things that I was like, yeah, because everything's visual. Oh, I want the shoulder to react more.
Yep.
Unbind, scale the shoulder sphere up a little bit, and then rebind, and it'll do what you want 9 times out of 10. I used to love that.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was so convenient to just like, okay, I can throw a quick pose on this without, killing my model too much because of the rig, but it was still just crappy enough that I just ended up saying screw it and just would hand pose everything.
Yeah.
So you use Transpose Master for your poses?
Yep.
Nice.
Just good old mask and transpose.
Yeah. See, now I've found out some awesome information tonight that in addition to both Redbeard and I being keyshot guys, we also use Transpose Master.
Yes.
Which is pretty cool.
See, we're buddies after all.
Hey, listen, I've always been
best friends.
I know what. Listen, after this, Matt and I are going to duct tape the beds on top of each other, make bunk beds.
Yes.
Yeah.
They don't tell you all the secrets.
Don't put any of your body parts on his. Don't put any of your body parts on his drums, Matt.
Stay away from my drums. Stay away from
Are
my
you a
drums.
drummer?
That's my only rule.
Mike?
No.
Oh.
we were leaning into, and so I played snare drum when I was
wait,
pause.
Nice. Matt, if things are broken, he will be a drummer. He's like, you ever see that Snoop Dogg meme when he's like breaking stuff when something don't work? That's Mike.
Yeah.
Let something don't work. All right, you will back out slowly.
I'll rage quit. I will rage quit. and just don't touch my drum set. But yeah, no, I just rewatched that again last weekend, and still one of my favorite movies of all time, Step Brothers.
Yeah.
I think my favorite movie of his is Talladega Nights. I love Talladega Nights.
That's a great movie. That had to grow on me, but I really like it.
Praying to baby Jesus is one of the funniest things.
Yeah, little 6 pound, 4 ounce thing. He just keeps changing scales too.
Yeah, he did grow up,
Yeah.
So I know that I'm like this. I'm fairly ADD when it comes to like modeling characters, that I have to put in like detailed anatomy underneath all the stuff that's going to be covered up. Like I'm fighting not to do that right now because this is supposed to be quick, and I'm like, I like knowing the anatomy is good underneath. Do you guys both do that?
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
You go too far for what it's going to be in the end, and you start telling yourself, "This is for the landmarks. It's so I can have the landmarks there." Not true.
No, I'm like fighting it. I'm like, I can just spend some time and just doing some anatomy. I'm like, no, don't do it.
Do it, man. I see. Now, my thing is, I do it because I'm like, the more I sculpt the same thing over and over again, the better I'm going to get at it. So,
yeah.
It's never time wasted.
And that's another reason. Like, I have been really hesitant to work from base meshes. Like, I've always like, I gotta just start from fresh, because if I don't, I'm gonna forget it. And like, it's just recently that I've forced myself to, like, on just quick, crappy projects, that I will start with a base mesh.
Z-Wrap is a good middle ground for that, where it's yeah, you can still sculpt, but then get all the advantage of the base mesh in the back end.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that kind of stuff is great.
Do you use Z-Wrap inside ZBrush, like the plugin?
Yeah, I didn't spring for the other one, but they're both amazing. I think the other one has more bells and whistles to stand on.
Yeah, I've played around with the outs, like the standalone version, which is pretty awesome.
How different is the standalone one? I used the one in ZBrush.
Yeah. I think it's just a little bit smoother and a little bit easier to use. Okay. You're not fighting the viewport, I guess. I think that was the biggest issue, is like fighting the viewport in ZBrush. But they're both pretty cool.
Definitely. And that's my thing. Like, I don't want to go into Maya and retopo things afterwards, even though, I don't know, man. Like, I look at the stuff that Danny's doing, and I'm like, damn, or somebody like Tony Gore, who retopos and then goes into Substance Painter, and it's just so clean, that I feel like I need to do that some more, but I usually just use a base mesh to avoid that.
Yeah, I like, with my own personal projects, I never retopo anything.
Yeah.
I will do everything I can to not.
Yeah, makes sense.
Do you guys have horror stories about studios that you just absolutely hated working for? Or like points that you're like, this is so dumb, why am I working in this industry? And like want to give it up?
Not that far. Not for me, anyway.
Oh, yeah.
I do for the t-shirt industry, but yeah. Just ego stuff mostly, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's almost worse than like just a bad industry. I mean, a bad company. That ego stuff can really just ruin everything.
The opposite of that too, when you're dealing with, like, we all are insecure, when you let your insecurity drive your decision making, I think at that point it becomes really, especially if you're in like a leadership position.
Oh yeah.
It can be a really toxic sort of environment, which is never the best. I have seen that.
Yeah, it's interesting to like now be more senior in my career, like, and I still feel like I'm fumbling around most of the time. Is that how everyone feels? You guys are all professionals, but I still feel that way. Like, I get new assignments and new characters or new projects, and I'm just like, but do I even know what I'm doing?
Yeah. What's that
natural thing?
What is that called? Danny, you use that term. Yeah. I think we always get that. And it doesn't matter how long you've been doing it, you always kind of, and for me personally, like, I can look at somebody like a young dude on ArtStation, like that guy Ramel I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
The nicest young, like, the guy is mad young, man. He's like 20 something. And his level of work and his work ethic is just so bananas that it makes me reevaluate my entire career. You know what I mean? Like I gotta step it up right now if I want to survive in this business. Like it's just what it is.
Yeah. And that's what it always is.
Yeah. And I think that, the difference between like good artists and great artists, not saying, I'm a great artist or anything like that, but I'm striving to be one, right? Like the difference between those guys is that, when you feel like you've arrived and, there's nothing else that you need to learn and you're good to go and everything, then you're done. And I don't think you ever, really arrive. You know what I mean? Like you can definitely get better.
Yep.
But there's always work to do as far as I'm concerned. That's just my opinion.
No, I think that's a very it's interesting to see working with other people in the industry and really seeing what happens to some artists that they just kind of plateau and they hit that gate of they've arrived and then that's where they stay.
Right.
And it's not necessarily bad.
No, it's bad.
If I mean it is. It's not great.
Right.
But it is this industry, if you're not striving, you're not, you're gonna be left behind really quick.
Yeah.
And that's just how it is.
I really thought you were about to rap right there and be like, if you're not striving, you're not surviving. Just coming up.
Well, I was going to about, I didn't want to take the shine away from you guys.
Matt's going to do his 8 Mile impersonation after this thing's over.
Yep.
All the good stuff happens.
This dude's name is Bradley. Yeah, exactly.
You talking about me, Danny?
No, I love you. That's what I was saying. You're the best.
Oh, good thing
Matt,
no
do you
one's
ever run in
chat because I'm sitting here modeling and no one's sitting here.
Matt, do you ever run into guys like that who are, and I mean, obviously you're not going to use names, but guys who just, they feel like, you can't tell them anything and,
very rarely, it's never people that I work with. It's the weird thing is it's actually happened more with students coming in to the industry. And I get hit up, you guys probably get this a lot too, but I get hit up all the time with students that want advice on their portfolio or advice on what they should work on, what they should do to get into their first studio. And I'm pretty blunt with those conversations. And so, a lot of my feedback will be okay, from your portfolio, delete all of these things. With one, and I'm not going to share any names, but he approached me and said, what, he had 1 billion things on his ArtStation. There were all these crappy, I mean, it was a bunch of maybe they'd be okay Instagram posts, but not on your portfolio type of thing. And so I approached him. I said, you've got some really good things here. And I picked out 2 or 3 things in his portfolio. I said, keep these, delete everything else. And then I kind of went in and told him what he should be working on if this is what he wants to get into. And he came back really defensive, saying, well, my teachers were like, this is all the stuff that you need to have. And came back instead of appreciating feedback, was really defensive about the feedback and ended up not changing anything on his portfolio. And I know that later because he applied for an internship at our studio. And, I was a part of the committee to help decide if he should be looked at or not. And I said, I don't know. This is my experience with him. And then someone else who had actually went to school with him said, hey, I actually had the same experience going to school with him. And so that was really I've had a few of those experiences actually, with students that are coming in that feel like they already know it.
Yeah, totally.
That's why I didn't get that internship.
Yeah.
Don't you forget it.
Sorry, I
Don't
didn't
you
mean
forget
to
it, Danny.
tell your story.
Yeah, I never will forget. I was doing a Wacom webinar, and it was a deal where I only had an hour, and I was painting something. So, I already had the drawing done, and I went and, just kind of did the painting during the hour.
Mhm.
And I had somebody who was just like tearing me up in YouTube, like,
Gosh.
didn't you learn how to draw? Do you know how to draw? Have you ever drawn stuff? And I was like, dude, I've been drawing my entire life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, do you want to watch me draw out this character? Or you want to see me paint? And so eventually he turned out to, he calmed down and was cool and everything like that. But I was like, yeah, there's nothing better than getting called out, by an art student. I think.
Yeah, and the thing is it's okay. Like, I just got some feedback from someone the other day that really doesn't have any his expertise is not like character design or anything like that. And I could have taken the feedback like, what do you know? You're not in this, like, what do you know, type of thing. But he actually had some good feedback. I'm like, hey, that's great. I'm not sure where I'm going with this, but the idea of like people just giving feedback for crap, like just to like kind of what they were doing with you, Mike, of just like not understanding the whole picture of like, you're giving a quick demo, you're obviously going faster than you normally do, and showcasing points and not necessarily final art, right?
I mean, I'm all for feedback, right? Like, I don't mind.
Yeah.
There's a way to give it, though. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly. That's what I was trying to get at. That's what I was trying to get at.
I don't know if it's because of my age or wisdom, because of my age, but I think, from my experience, if someone gives up their time, I never want to make it a waste of time, right? So, and like if you, in your story, Matt, like that person not like understanding that, hey, one, they reached out to you, you provide the information, and you never know what steps will lead to the next, right? And if it's simple, if you just always respectful of someone's time and their effort, like that's just like, regardless of the art or anything like that, I think that's like a characteristic that, like, if you go to someone and they take their time out, and I guess because my Southern upbringing with my parents, if you took your time, I'm gonna listen to it, I'm gonna apply it, and if it works, it works. But I want to always show someone, especially if I got your attention, that it was well spent. Yeah,
I agree. I think that's the way that it should be taken, and I think I always try to end. Because like feedback is a very, it can be a very personal thing, especially if you're working on personal projects, because some of it is very, the eye of the beholder. So I always preface what I give, like, but if you feel passionate about something, like keep what you want, like.
Right.
But yeah, I think feedback is one of the biggest like learning curves students have to tackle.
Yeah,
is like how to get feedback and react to feedback.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can't be thin-skinned, But that being said, I think that there's a way to say anything. You know what I mean? Like, this is coming from a guy who has been in relationships all his life, and I think that business relationships are similar to personal ones. So it's like, even if I'm talking to a peer or my kids or whatever, I'm going to be tactful about how I do it, because I don't want to take away somebody's incentive to do something that they love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it could be a little better, hey, maybe try doing this and see what you think.
Let me get this question in, because I know we're almost out of time. This is from Kaika. Is there a difference in the way? That different industries treat their artists in games, animation, film, and collectibles? Is one more respectful, for example? Like, is one of the trades, I guess, are more respectable than the other? Are respectful to their artists, is what they're saying.
For me, I don't think that you can paint things with that broad of a brush.
Mhm.
You know, like if you work at two different game studios, you will have two different experiences based on, you know, the people, the personnel at that studio, the studio culture. And some places they, you know, for example, they promote the idea of feedback that's really brutally honest, and other places do not, right? So it just depends on the studio, um, more so than the industry. Like, I don't think there's any rules like, oh, if it's in games, you gotta be ready
Yeah.
for the disrespect. Like, I don't think that
Mhm.
that's real. So
Yeah, I would have to agree that it's more companies. I've worked at different companies that have really appreciated their employees, and in other companies that have not. And I wouldn't say that it's industry specific at all. I think it's just
Correct.
just different companies.
Ways. Like every business has a culture and ways that they try to drive their culture forward, and some might be for you, some might not be.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't work on Wall Street, I'll cry.
Mike, how did you get into doing those figures for Sideshow?
So I've been chasing Sideshow for a long time. Just you know, trying. I guess because I was such a statue head, like I love statues, and I always wanted to. Like, hey, you know what? It'd be cheaper if I sculpted them than to make them. I mean, than to buy them. So let me get in the industry, and much like many other people who don't know what the hell they're thinking, I was like, this is gonna be easy. So it wasn't easy. They kind of blew me off for years, rightfully so. And then eventually I made a friend who was similar to Danny, who works at Sideshow. He's a big hip hop head, and he's one of the lead painters there. And so he loved the Echo stuff. Like, he was a big fan of my 2D stuff. And one day I got a call, and they said they were working on an ODB kind of a tribute piece, and they wanted me to paint the print. And so I was like, yeah, dude, I'll do whatever I can do to get in the door. So did that. And
you painted their print? That's how you started? You started with painting their
I started with yeah, totally.
That's
so
cool.
It's actually, yeah, it's right here on the floor. Hold on, let me show you. So I'm one of those guys who believes that if I can get my foot in the door, then I totally can, kind of show them my work ethic and get in. But this is the piece I did for them.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
Man. Thank you. So, they did that, and they were like, hey, listen, we're going to do this piece and we're going to do this other thing. And we want you to, we see that you can sculpt also. So you want to give the other thing a try? And I was like, dude, what? Yes. So I did that piece, and they liked it, and that led to another piece, and eventually a few more pieces, and that's how I got in the door.
Awesome.
Man.
Man, that's so cool. Like, that you went from painting their piece to now sculpting. That's awesome.
Yeah, but it's funny because like I said, I'm a superhero guy, so I'm constantly like, you guys want to throw me a superhero piece? Can I get a superhero piece? And like bugging the crap out of them. So the only thing about that is, they're just all of the good guys are taken already, like whether it's DC or Marvel. So I'm just kind of biding my time. One of these days I'll get it.
Maybe you just start sculpting yourself for them. You have do a limited run of a self bust. that you could
Oh gosh, no, nobody's looking for that, my friend. That's how you don't get hired in the industry.
Hey Matt. Hey Matt. Have
Yeah.
you seen the Cyclops that Mike has been working on?
Yes.
recently? Yeah,
Thing is insane.
Insane. That would be
So
a beautiful statue.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. Maybe I'll throw it on the thing with Bradley this weekend.
I mean, listen, all jokes aside, let's work out something on the side because I'll pay you for a print of that. I think that is
so
dude,
cool.
I got you, bro.
Fire up that printer, Mike.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. It looks so pretty without having resin in there. Yeah, sure.
We have a question from Elisa. I saw a statue on Sideshow website was sculpted by 5 different sculptors. How does that work?
So did they all 5 sculpt it, or was there? Because usually they give credit to the concept artist and the designer and all that stuff. They all get a credit in there, and usually there's like 1 or maybe 2 sculptors. I know that I cannot pronounce their names. Danny, who are those? The brothers that did
Kiosk Masons?
Well, there's Kiosk Masons, but there's also
Keo?
the Karuchek brothers or something, like the guys that did the Darth Maul and Asajj Ventress. They're the guys.
I might not know this.
You know these guys.
I don't know who. I don't know.
Okay, they're dope. Okay, you've seen them, but anyway, I'm just butchering their names, but they are the ones who did the last Ronin statue that's been getting all the hype this week with the Michelangelo, and then his brothers are kind of like ghosts behind him. You saw that? Did you see that one?
Nope. No.
Oh my gosh, let me find this. It's so dope. Find it. Do we have enough time? Yeah. All right.
Yep. Tonight was the technical fast night.
All right, so check this out because it's really, really dope. Now, I'm going to let you know I'm feeling some kind of way about this character because I designed this character like 8 years ago, but statue bulletproof.
Oh,
like
yeah. I saw this.
Yes.
Oh, my
gosh. Dope. Like, so
awesome.
dope. Yeah. And so the guys who did this, let me see if they give them a shout. Oh, come on. The artists who did this are, please say their names. All right, well, it's not on here, but let me find their Darth Maul real quick. Darth Maul, is it this one? No. I think they did the Darth Sidious too. No, daggone it. All right, I'm gonna find this thing. Here's their bench. Here you go. All right, so they did the Mythos statues. They are the Karuchek brothers. Some of the best dudes in the game, like sick with it.
I've seen that. That's a beautiful sculpt.
That is a beautiful.
Yeah.
I worked with a guy that had that actually.
I want to buy it so bad, right? Like I couldn't decide, and in fact I reached out to one of the brothers and was like, "Listen, you guys are screwing me up because I don't know whether I want your Asajj Ventress or the Darth Maul." But yeah, if you haven't already, check out this Asajj Ventress. This is so dope.
Oh gosh,
right?
That is awesome. Just the base. So the bases they do for those are so sweet.
Yeah. And that's the thing, right? Like my bases, I'm the first one to tell you, my base game is very weak. Like that's what I'm working on now. But to see these guys doing these really cool, intricate bases, man, hats off.
Yeah.
You know? But anyway, yeah.
Very cool.
If you're not already, follow those guys. Find those guys and follow them. Seriously.
Nation says that he's hoping the new movie reboot does Ninja Turtles more like the sculpt hybrid cartoon realism. Looks way cooler than trying to make them all look real turtle people.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So Matt doesn't know this story. I'm gonna vent on this story real quick, and then I'm gonna get over it. All right, because now I'm
so excited for this story.
Now I'm mad as hell again. All right, so let me find this. Let's see.
5-minute warning on your story.
All right.
Plenty of time.
Find this. Okay. All right. So 5 years ago, no, more than that, like 8 years ago. I posted this 5 years ago. I actually came up with it like a year ago. 6 years ago. I had this idea that I'm gonna do Michelangelo. His brothers got killed while he was screwing around, because he's always screwing around, right? Jokey dude. And his brothers get killed by Shredder. And so now he has all their weapons. He's the last turtle, and he is all about kicking that ass, right? So I did this sculpt. This was one of my earlier sculpts, and then did a paint over, and this is my paint over, right? So I got like the nunchucks and everything. Little Deadpool was new. Got the little Deadpool keychain and all this stuff on here. He's a New York kid, hip hop stickers and all that good stuff. And a tribute tattoo on his sleeve. So fast forward a few years, right? And there's this idea that the last Ronin is coming out, right? So like this is a McDonald's situation. Mine is the last turtle. Theirs is the last Ronin. You know, I got the Big Mac, they got the Big Mick. But anyway, this so now the thing is a hit. It's a big like success. And I'm over here salty about it. So that's the whole story.
Yours is still pretty slick, though.
Thanks, man.
Like that thing is awesome.
Thanks, bro.
I actually love like all the tiny details that make that so slick. I mean, that's awesome.
Dude, that's my thing. I got a little bit of ADHD, so I definitely like to go hard on the details that nobody notices except for me.
We notice that you notice.
Mm-hmm. Danny and Bradley, he tells this story one more damn time.
No, I love your rendition where you. All I picture is a Snoop Dogg. Oh, you haven't heard?
You never heard the story?
No, I never heard that story before.
What?
Never.
Dude, when I was in China doing like the little speaking tour with Wacom, I was telling that damn story.
The Olympics started, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, if you guys haven't seen it, man, I watched the documentary about who's the tennis player that has like anxiety.
Naomi.
Yeah. Yes. They have very good documentary. I just watched it yesterday.
I want to share before we close out again tonight. This is our Discord. If you have not joined our Discord yet, please join there and follow us on YouTube and on Twitch. And also, where is your thing? Matt has given us a 20% discount on his Gumroad items. So if you and that's everything in the store, not just the ones that are here. So if you haven't had a chance to pick up something from there, Matt has some great secrets and some great things to show you guys.
Great secrets.
25% off.
I'll do your laundry and mow your lawn.
You know what he's willing to do to get it to you? Mow your lawn.
Your tutorial with the girl with the hover motorcycle is so ill, man.
Yes.
Like, I love it. I love that piece.
That one was a lot of fun to do, actually.
Nice.
I worked with an artist, Justin Rodriguez, on the concept on that, and kind of character designed it, and then then I freelanced him out to help develop the 2D design, and it was a lot of fun to do.
Did you 3D print that?
No, I have like the 3D print ready to go. besides the base, and I have
Nice.
not printed it because I want like some way to incorporate the motorcycle to look like it's floating.
Yeah.
So I've been waiting, and I'm gonna make a couple of them and send one to Justin and you know, have maybe just like a couple that I send out to some people that have helped along the way.
Nice. Nice.
but-
Well, don't forget your boys over the Stylus League. That's one of my favorite pieces.
Of course.
So I'm going to say pencils down, everyone, and we're going to call this week coming up. No pressure. If you could get to
Oh my gosh.
whatever you're going to get to, you'll get to it. But Mike, what is your goal for this week coming up?
So for this week, I want to figure out like the fur bits of him. I kind of started messing around with just like some block-in stuff. So it's looking real ridiculous right now, but I will make it look like fur at some point, and then get him into a pose. I think maybe get some UVs and things.
Yeah, cool. Danny, what's your goal this week?
My goal this week is going to be to get some clothes on this low naked man.
Why?
So, yeah.
He looks good the way.
I mean, there's that. No, so tonight I got some like skin stuff worked out on him. And then next week he should have a costume on him. So yeah,
That's great.
that's my goal for the week.
Awesome. And no pressure. Matt?
You know, I'm gonna put this in like I'm gonna throw this on my mobile Studio Pro, and we're gonna get this done. We're gonna finish dressing this cool cat,
Nice.
getting posed up, and at least get him posed
done
up.
this week. This
Yeah.
This Friday.
And then so maybe I can just start playing around with some renders for next week and not do so much as ZBrush.
Awesome.
Then you're gonna vote for
All right.
him.
So, everyone, thank you for tuning in. I personally, I'm going to jump in our Discord and hang out for a little bit. But thank you for watching this Friday, and we look forward to hanging out again next Friday. Have a good night, everyone.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
See you guys.
Hey, good night, guys.